I'd like to take this opportunity before starting this next video to apologize to you because I have not been getting content out as much as I'd like. I have a bunch of it shot, I just haven't been able to edit it. There's been a few major life changes in my life. First was a major death in the family. Second was the birth of my newborn son. He's been a handful, but it's a good thing. So please be patient. Thank you for watching and subscribing and being loyal. And as I work through my new routines and figuring out my new day-to-day, then I will be able to upload more. I do have a bunch of footage shot, like I said, so once I get that edited, I'll get it posted and I'll continue to create content and get it up for you guys.
That kid's out of breath. The bugs out here are terrible. So this is my driveway. It's pretty bad. We got a lot of washout. It's very long and it's very steep. Down there we have a turnout. That's where we park when can't get up the driveway because of the snow, or for just overflow parking, because we don't actually have that much parking up by the house. This is also the border of my property. This is my neighbor's property right here on this side of the driveway, and this is mine. My property line is right here. It starts down by the road, which you can see behind me, and is almost a perfect square. We recently logged the property, which I'll be talking a lot about that in this tour. This is some of that washout along the driveway I was talking about. I'm actually going to be working on this today with the tractor to try and fix much of this washout. Being that it is the end of May, the rains are starting to slow down and the bugs are coming out. So this is that parking area I was talking about. And this is where I usually pile up a big pile of snow in the wintertime when I plow the driveway. In a previous video, I showed this area. I was actually going to drive the tractor through it. We refer to this area as a mud pit, and it's still very soft. This is where they loaded the trucks with all the logs. Behind me you can see the big slash pile that we have to take care of, and the skidder that the loggers have left here. These logs over here are too big for the sawmill to take, so the logger offered to buy them from me, but my neighbors also showed interest in them for various reasons. I think he wants to do some construction projects with them, so I don't need them. That's why I'm gone. And you can see behind me, right where this slash pile is, where the skidder is, up here where the tractor is and the trailers and the boat, that's where the shop is going to eventually go. It's not built yet, but hopefully soon. If I move around this way, this area right here, that is the garden area that I put in last spring when I first got the tractor. Right now it's not planted. It is the end of May, but as you can see how much damage is done to it from the logging. I didn't realize that they were going to be skidding right through that area to get up to this landing area to load out the trucks. If I would have known that, these engineering stakes, T-posts, would have been removed. He damaged a couple of them, and wasn't too happy about that, but we got it done. Here's where all the logs were actually coming up. As you can see, he kind of took out that hillside. I'll have to repair that. But this ground is just covered in sticks. So one of my spring projects to do is to get all of this out. Very, very soft dirt. I brought in lots of manure and straw last fall. One of the reasons we chose this area for the garden is because we knew the natural spring is right here. And you can tell this ground here is very soft. So I have to wait for it to actually dry out before I can clean it up. Now we're just north of where the house sits. I'm going to go down this little road right past this littler slash pile. We sit on 10 acres in the forest on the north facing slope of a rather large hill. Directly to our west is another hill, which I'll show you here in a second. But we're nearing, so we kind of sit in a bowl. So we're nearing the bottom of that bowl. To the next feature that is going to happen, which I'll set up the tripod and show you. So I'm trying to come through here to show you the pond area. This is a little pond that I made. This is the lowest area of our property. And damn mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are really thick in here right now, so I'm gonna try and speed through this. When I had an excavator here, I dug this out just to see if it would hold water and what I can do with this area. I'm gonna take all this dirt, I'm gonna dig this out, all this green right here. I'm gonna dig this out and make a big pond right here. We call this area the duck pond. And you can see the county road right there. And up there about 100 yards is my property line. So this is the area that I'm referring to as the duck pond, and it's what is one of my summer projects. As soon as it dries out, as you can see, it's really mucky and stuff down here. So, which I think is a great area for a pond. So right down there is that big slash pile that I have to burn. And right up here is that shooting range I put in. It is right there. This is that big pile of brush with that log in it that I pushed down the hill a few weeks ago. If I spin around up here, so right there is a skidder, and up the side of the hill there is the house. We are going to go up the draw. So while I'm making my way up the draw here, I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you about my filming schedule and how crazy it's going to be over the next few weeks. As some of you may know, my wife is very pregnant. We are expecting our very first child in 2 weeks. What that's going to do to these plans, I'm not sure yet. So, also, my father-in-law was diagnosed with cancer. He's been living with us. And unfortunately, he doesn't have much time left. So what that's going to do to my filming schedule, I'm not sure yet either. I'm just going to do a really quick 360 around here and show you that we're pretty deep in the forest. That kid's out of breath. The bugs out here are terrible. So behind me you can see the slash pile and the bottom of the draw where we just came from. If I pan around this way, back there is the property line to the top of that hill. If I go around this way, up the draw behind me is getting close to our property line up there. We'll take a walk up there to show you that. Swing around this way. Behind me is a road that we'll take a walk down in a little bit. Another reason why videos haven't been coming out is due to the weather. It seems like we've been getting a lot of rain, and when we have sun, I'm busy with work or whatever else, and I don't really have time to film. This is the property line right here. Top of that hill, this way and this way. It's almost a corner where we're at right now. So about 20 feet from where you're at is the property line to the south. There's the house, pretty high. Not much is going to be done up here. It's pretty much just forest, just because we're so steep, very hard to access with any kind of equipment. I do have a way to get up here from over there, but it's not very feasible. A lot of brush, a lot of trees. This area used to be a lot thicker before they started logging it. So, I mean, right here's a stump, right there's a stump. You're sitting right up next to a stump, there's another one. I mean, the trees in here were just really thick. You could barely see the house. So, but as you can see, we got lots of saplings, and I do like it up here. I do come up here for walks and just to walk the property and be in the woods. This is the area I was showing in the video where I was putting in the shooting range. This area right here I leveled off initially to park vehicles here, but then we got this red storage building, so I made it a little bigger so I can drive through here, park vehicles here and store stuff here. One of my projects to do is to paint that thing, because that is red. We're just going to walk down this road. I made this road for easier access in the springtime. Instead of going down the draw and getting all muddy, to get to my neighbor's house who lives up the draw. So this road just kind of skirts that hill on the south side of the property. My neighbor and I use it as kind of a shortcut to get between our two places. It's not the greatest road, but it's better than it was. And this is where I was pointing it out before. So then we just turn and go up that way, up to my neighbor's house. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm just making my way back to the house now. I'm going to fire up the tractor and start working on the driveway. Start filling in some of that washout. I'm going to take a scoop of dirt, put it down, and start blading it off. I do plan on graveling the driveway, but only after I put in some drain tile. Because if I gravel it now, all the gravel will end up down at the county road. So I have to work out a better drainage system. Well, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more.